Although I drew it out with a pencil, I'm actually going to choose a gouge that perfectly fits a curve from the top of the egg at the quirk here, all the way down in a nice curve to the bottom where it meets the quirk at the bottom there. So that shape is perfect. It's a perfect gouge. So when I knock it in here, and I do it at right angles, and I can just tilt it a little bit to get it to complete the curve, that curve I can match here at the next egg, and so on at the next egg. So I'll work my way all the way along, and then I swap the tool over and I place it in exactly the same way, and that will cut beautifully symmetrical eye. So work my way all the way along both directions. So I've now got a stab cut here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an angle cut, like a slice out. Now I do this by eye, and the thing is to just make sure you do the same cut each time. Now I might, if I was using a heavy wood, a hardwood rather, I'd use a mallet, but I can probably just do this in this softwood just by pushing. So I take a cut out like that, and I go along and take a cut out like this, and a cut out like this, and then of course I come in the direction going back that way. Like that. So at the end of these two cuts, the stab cut and the angle cut, we can see the eye in outline here. The next stage is to round it over and give some profile. There are a couple of ways of dealing with the eye. Some people carve it this way, shaping over this way, along the grain. I like to work across and up this way and use the shape of the gouge to actually form the shape of the eye itself. I also take the eye in two parts. I do the top part really and the bottom part, which is a bit smaller, separately. So the top part, what we do is we start with our gouge down here and we come up like so, and we start taking cuts from one side. Let's just break those off so you can see. So I'm coming up and over so that the gouge, as it comes up and over, touches the fillet at the top. So this corner here is coming round into there. This corner is coming round into there. And you can see that I'm right down at the junction here. Then the bottom part, I would swap to the same sweep, but a number, a ½ inch, a sort of a smaller gouge, and I would do the bottom part like so, around here, around here. So between them, I've modelled this over, and often these are sanded, so we put a bit of sandpaper over them, but it's quite possible to get quite a nice finish with just the gouge. Now the thing is that we need to clean these junctions up, so we can do that, and as we've come down here to the top there and across like this, we should be able to take a chisel like this and take this little piece of wood out here. It's possible to have an eye that comes in like this, or some people will do an eye that goes right across square, in which case you have to take out a bit more wood to do that. So it takes a while to get your eye into this, so perhaps I'll just show you again on another one. So I'm starting at the bottom again, coming up. I don't have to do it in one cut, and I might be using my mallet, but I'm letting the gouge shape the eye. Then on the other side, coming up. So So these two cuts meet at the top, and this just skims the top surface here and rounds it over. Then this is pushed into the wall here, into the quirk, and into the quirk here. Swapping to a smaller gouge around the bottom there. Around here. Usually it's just that bottom bit there, down here, which is the trickiest bit, and you often see that left flat, but let's see if we can get that rounded over. And then we just can nick off this piece of wood here that is up against that wall. So again, once you get your eye in, you can do the same cuts the same way, and you'll find this speeding up. And with that, the eggs are finished. You can see that I've used the same tool for the outline of the egg, the angle cut, as well as upside down to shape the egg itself. So that's why this is a very efficient way of working, using one, perhaps two tools to create this whole shape. We're left with the eye here and the dart in between. So you can do all the eggs at one time, and then we can do all these next, and that's what we're going to turn to.